Okay. See, yesterday's class, we are going to learn, we have learned how to deploy the application by using detailed way, right? So today we will see how to do it, how to deploy the same application using fast way. So for that, I'm going to start my DMGR. I'll check. Seems to be Java is running. Let me try to access my console. Okay. This we have deployed it, right? So if I want to deploy the same application, it will not allow us to deploy. So let us try. So not now. You can uninstall this. I have uninstalled this application. Okay, I have uninstalled this. So to install, you have to give install option. To uninstall, you have to select that application and you have to click on uninstall. Okay, now I am installing it. So my file is located, my EAR file or WAR file, which I am going to deploy, is located in my local server. For that, I need to click on browse. I'm selecting browse. Here, I'm going to select my application called default application .ear file. Click on open. Okay, select an option next. Now you will have two options. One is fast path and detailed path. For the same application, we have seen by selecting an option called detailed. Now I am going with the fast path. Click on next. See now it is asking to perform only three steps. Step 1, to select the installation options. Here if you want to change your application name, you can change it. Next, you don't need to do any changes here. Click on next. The second option, map modules to the server, which indicates on which server you are gonna deploy your application. Okay, on which server you are gonna deploy your application. If you want to deploy your application on server 1 of Node 12 profile, you can select that option. If you want to deploy the same application on all the servers, you have to select all. You have to select all. Do check this one. Check all the check boxes. Click on apply. Okay, once you click on apply, you can see all the servers where you are going to deploy your application. Now I have selected on all the servers.
Gautam, one doubt here.
Yes, Raja.
Can you open that page just now?
Yes.
Actually, in the below we can see right increment EJB module and default web application module.
Yes,
Those
yes.
it will appear only when we install the application, right? In the previous steps. Otherwise, we can't see this, right?
Yes, yes, yes. See, these are all
Okay.
the code related. Okay.
Any,
These are all
uh,
the code related. These are all the modules inside the code. This web sphere only will, when you click on that, when it is trying to deploy, it will read that file and it will get all the details by its own.
got it, got it, got it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Once you have selected, click on next. Okay, it's done. Now I am on summary page. So that means I am on final stage. If you click on finish, it will be deployed. See, yesterday to deploy the same application, it populated around 15 steps to be performed, 15 checkbox steps which you need to perform. But when you selected fast path, okay, it is only populated 3 steps, correct? It is only populated 3 steps. So with that 3 steps, with the fast method, you have deployed your application. Now you have to click on review, expand here, and see what are the files has been updated. See, at the time of deploying your application, your server index.xml file will get updated. That you should remember. In the interviewers, they will ask you that question. Okay, while deploying your application, what are the XML files which will be updated? At the time, you have to say that server index.xml file will get updated. So this server index.xml file will be available on each server, right? On each node. You can see I have deployed the application now on 3 nodes. 3 nodes. What are all the servers were available on the 3 nodes I have deployed the application. So that's why you can see all the 3 profile server index.xml file will get updated. Okay. So now enable this checkbox. Click on save. Okay. Click on OK. So now your application has been deployed. Where you have deployed, you can click on that application. Click on manage modules. You can see this application has been deployed on all the servers which are available on all 3 profiles. On all 3 federated profiles, I have 3 server 1s and I have prof1 and prof2 profile servers. On all the servers, I have deployed the same application. Okay. So now after deploying my application is in down state. So I am starting it. I'm starting your application. And once I have deployed the application, I'll try to access the application. See here. Now I got a message that application has been started on server 1, on prof 1, on server 1, on prof 2 and server 1. That means all the three profile, what are the servers available on that servers, this application has been started. Now I can able to access the application from each and individual server. How?
Uh, Gautam, I have one question, Gautam. What is
Yes,
the
question.
difference between the fast and the default one?
There
Both
is
are
no
same?
difference. Okay, both are same.
Okay.
There is no difference. Fast and detailed means if if you need to do any if you need to do any changes, so the other time only you will select detailed one. See, for example, if you want to select if you want to change your JSP time intervals, if you want to change some data source configuration, if you want to change some shared libraries. So when there is any explicit request has been come from your application team to change something, at the time only you will go with the detailed way. 90% in the real time environments will go with the fast method only. Okay. If any application specific requirement, then only we will go with the detailed way. Otherwise it's almost same. Everything will be the same. Okay. So I have deployed application all the servers. You can go to the servers, expand server types, click on WebSphere application servers. Okay. Now to access your application on by using each JVM, you have to get the port numbers. For each server have its own ports and unique ports. Okay, click on prof1, come down and expand ports to access your application. Okay, you just make a note for the JVM prof1. What is the port to access your application? WC default host port is 9097. Okay, and for prof2 server, go back to the application servers, Go to the prof2 server, expand your ports and see WC default host port is 9101 and you have three server ones, right? The server one belongs to this node. The server one belongs to this node. I'm checking the ports. What is the port? WC default port is 9095. Okay. I'm checking the one more server one which is running on node 13 and that port number is 9094. And for node 14 server one, I'm going to the ports 9125. Okay. See, these are all the ports. These are all the ports to access your application by which port you are referring, WC default host. And as I mentioned, while deploying the application yesterday, you have selected virtual host as default host, right? But today, while doing it on fast mode, it is not asked you to select the virtual host. Why? It has selected the default one as default host. Okay, it didn't ask you to select which host you need to select, virtual host. But today it has automatically selected the default value, which is called as default host. So you have to go to the environment. You have to click on virtual host, click on default host, select host aliases and refer the ports. What are all the ports? Here I have mentioned, I have specified all the ports should be allowed here. Then only you can able to access your application with this port and with this on this server. The 9097 port, yesterday I have added it here, right? So we have faced an error called virtual host not defined karke. We got an error right yesterday. So what we have done, we have added that server port under virtual host default virtual host. What is the virtual host? We have selected default host. Under host aliases, you have added the port number of that server, correct? So 9097 is already available and 9101 is not there, right? So I'm going to add this 9101. So refer it again one more time. Okay, that port is not there. Click on new. Okay, I'm host name, I'm giving it star. That means from anywhere, any host, from any host, you can access that port. So that's why I'm giving star. Click on apply, review, sync, expand it here. See, you can see a XML file called virtual host.xml file. Click on save. Okay. So now I'm checking 9085 port is available or not. So okay, 9085 port is already there. So 9094 I'm checking. 9094 is already there. Okay, 9125. Let me check 9125. Okay, see 9125 is already there. So 9097 is there, 9101, 9085, 9094, 9125. All the ports were available, right? See, now we have added one port called 9101. Okay. When you added anything in the host aliases, you have to restart the application servers. You have to restart that particular application server. Prof2 you can restart. Click on restart option. What it will do, it will first stop the application, then it will restart the application. So now you can try to access the application by using prof1 port. So you can try to access. See 9097. I am with the help of 9097 port. I am trying to access the application. The syntax is http:// I'm giving the host name where my application has been deployed, on which server I'm running the application. I'm giving the port number 9097. I'm giving the context root. See, I got the application. If you come down, you can see you can see this application has been served by which server. Okay, so the you can see the server name called prof1. So that means your prof1 server has served your request. Okay, like the same way, if you want to access your application which has been deployed on this server, you have to use this port. Okay, see, for each and every server will have one unique port assigned to access your application. If you want to access that application using that server, you have to use that port number which has been assigned to that server. I'm repeating again. Okay, see here, now I have restarted, right? I have restarted that server. See, now with the help of 910 port, I'm able to access my application. Come down and see who has served that request. Prof2 server has served my request. So why it has been served? Why only this server has been served this request? Because I am using the port which has been associated to this server. That's why this server is responding to that request. Okay. So I am trying to access the application which has been deployed on server 1 of node 12. Okay. I'm changing here. See 908185 port. You can see the requested URL and you can come down and see the server name who has served the request. Server 1 has been served the request. This server 1 belongs to which profile, which node? That belongs to node 13, right? On that you can see it here in the somewhere in the application. See here, see the URLs here. See the path here. C drive. You can see the path as app server 01. App server 01 profile node name is ends with node 12, correct? So that's why you can see the URL. So you can see the path of your profile. Okay, even you can see it here. C drive. You can see the node 12 name here. You can see the node name. You can see the node name of this server. So so I have used the port call 9085 to access the application. So that's why this server one has responded the request, and you can see the node name also in the application. Now I am trying to use 9094 port which has been assigned to this server one, and this server one is available on node 13 profile or node 13 node name. I'm changing here the port number to 9094. I'm trying to access. See, I got the output. I got the application. If I can see here, the server one has responded, and you can see the node name called node 13. And I'm trying to see 9094 is correct. What is the port for node 14? Nine one two five. I'll try to access with 9125. See, I got the application. So you can see the request has been served by server one, and you can see the node name called node 14. So what we have done, so we have deployed the same application on all these servers, on all these JVMs, and we have accessed that application by hitting each and every profile port numbers, correct? So I'm able to access the application on each and every JVM. So if I stop it two JVMs, if you want to stop this servers, you can click on stop, and you can try to access the application on these ports. You see what will happen, what exception you will get it. Okay, see application, this servers, two servers has been stopped. So what are those two servers? The server prof2 is one server which I have stopped it. What is the port? 9101. I'll use 9101 and I'll try to access. See, I am not getting the application, still it is browsing. So I got an exception. What is unable to connect? Unable to connect. That means my, if I bring down the JVM, if I bring down the JVM, my application will not work. Go and check the application status. You can see here partial start. Why it is showing partial start? Because your two JVMs were in down state, and your out of five, two are in down state and three were in running state. So that way it's showing partial start. Why? Because in these two servers, the application is in down, right? So that's why it is showing partial start. Okay. So so if you bring down this JVM, there will be only impact to this application which we have deployed on this server. Okay, you without any issue you can able to access your application on by using this server. These five servers are isolated boxes, so you can access your application from this in an isolated way. If that means like a standalone, that means if any one of the server down, that means that URL will not work. That for example, if your prof2 is down, that means your prof2 URL with that port number will not work. You can access the same application from other JVM. Understood? See, I'm able to access. This is server 1 from node 13, right? It is in down state. Even this will not work. If you want to access the application from other port numbers, 14, or you can say 9097. See, your application is working, and this has been served by prof1. Okay. See why I'm taking time to explain this individually. There is a reason. When we are going to learn clustering concept, even if you are one JVM down also, you can access your application. So that we are going to see in clustering. So but at this point of time, this is an isolated or this is a standalone server. This is a standalone. This is a standalone. These five are standalone servers. These five can't speak with each other. These five can't speak with each other. These are a separate one. This is a separate JVM. This is a separate JVM. This is separate JVM. This is separate JVM. Okay. When you create clustering, okay, your cluster members is nothing but your JVMs, which you are going to create under cluster will speak each other. If one cluster member down also, the other will work. That we are going to see. Okay. This standalone environment is not recommended for the critical applications. And 95% of the applications were on top of clustering. 95% of the applications in the real-time environments were on top of clustering. So no one will recommend to create this type of configurations. But you should be aware. That's why I'm trying to explain this concept. Okay. So everyone will use the advanced concepts. Okay. I'm going to deploy one more application. Click on install, browse. I'm going to create one more application called plans by WebSphere. Okay. I'm going to select that application. Click on open. This is also an ER application. Click on next. Okay. I'm going with fast path. Click on next. See, click on next. I'm not going to change the application name. Let it be like that. Click on next. Okay. So on which server you want to deploy? I'm selecting all. I'm selecting all. Click on apply. Next, click on finish. See guys, it's very easy to deploy the application. As I'm saying from the day zero, WebSphere is very easy to you can learn very easily. Even you can keep some experience and you can go and you can easily survive in the real time as you are experienced candidate also. Okay, so click expand it and check. You can see server index.xml files will get updated. Click on save. Click on apply. Okay. See now, see now my plans by WebSphere is in down state. So before that, I am going to start my servers which were in down state. Okay, and this server is not started. Okay, my server one has been started. So what I will do now, see in two servers it is already started. Click on start. Okay, see when you started the server one and prof two, the application was started. When I started the application from here, the remaining three servers, which were in running state before, on that server this application now started. Just try to understand. Before this prof 2 and this server 1 were in down state. Correct? I have deployed the application. So what I did, so once I deployed the application, I have started this server and this server. When I started my server, my JVM, prof 2 and server 1, okay, the application were also deployed on these two servers, right? So when I given the start command, okay, at the time of starting this JVM, it has been started the application also. That's why it was showing partially started. Okay, what I did next, when I went to the application and I have selected this option, I have clicked on start. So that means as of now, before giving the start command, as of now, this application has been started on two nodes. What are the two servers, two JVMs? What are the two JVMs? Prof 2 and server 1, which belongs to node 13 profile. When I selected this option and clicked on start, the rest three servers on three JVMs which are in down state, there the application has been started. Please don't get confused. Okay. So now you can see it is showing as started. It has been started on all five JVMs. Now what you can do, you can access your application. If you want to cross verify, click on the plans by WebSphere and click on the manage modules. You can see on how many servers your application has been deployed. You can see that on how many JVMs your application has been deployed. You can see under manage modules option. Okay, click on context root. When you click on context root, you can see the context root. The context root to access my application plans by WebSphere is plans by WebSphere, P caps, B caps, W caps. You can copy it here. You can copy it here, and you can prepare the URL to access the application. I'm using http://localhost. I'm giving the port number 9097. It's one port. 9101 is another port. Another one is 9085. 9094. The last one I haven't mentioned it. Okay. 9125. Okay. I'll try to access the application by hitting the individual server. See, I'm hitting 9097 port. So this 9097 port belongs to Prof1 JVM. I'm able to access the application. Now what I'll do, I'll try to access 9101 port. That 9101 port belongs to Prof2 server. I'll try to access from here. See, I'm able to access that application. So now I'm trying to access the application by using 9085 port. This 9085 port belongs to server 1 JVM, which is under node 12 profile. See, I'm able to access the application, the same application. See, even you can deploy different application on different servers also. Okay, in two servers you can deploy default application. In two servers you can deploy plans by WebSphere application. In one server you can deploy another application. No worries, it will work. See, 9094 port also I'm able to access on top of this, which is on top of this server which we have deployed it, and try to access the last one 9125 port. See, I'm able to access. I'm able to access the application from all the servers without any issue. Okay, now guys, any doubts? Let me know. So this deployment concept. If no doubts, I'll try to explain a few options which has been given by your IBM team. Okay, see, as you are aware, the first one is stop. You know, this will stop your application if you select this option. And if you stop your application, you have to select this application and you have to click on stop. If you want to install the application, you can click on install and click on browse. That install option, we already seen it. If you want to delete any application, if you want to uninstall any application, you can select that application and click on uninstall. Then click on save changes. That's it. Your application will get deleted from here. Okay. And the next option is update. The next option is update. What is meant by update? See, for example, in the real time, what will happen in the real time environment? I got one application called, for example, this is your application. I got one application called default app. For example, this version is 1.0 dot where. For example, this application I have deployed it. Okay, in my web sphere. So what happened? Your developer has done some changes. And they have given a new application with a new build name. For example, they have introduced some new features into that application. So what they will do, they will give a new application, right? The same application with new features. For example, if they have before 100 lines of code, if they could have added another 100 lines of the code, They will give you the application, same application with the updated code. And they will, what they will do, they will issue with the new version 1.1.where. And what they will do, they will ask you to deploy, to update the application. They will say that this application is already available, already deployed in your web sphere. Could you please update your application, update your deployed application with this where file? At the time, what you will do, for example, at the time, for example, this is your updated one. For example, this is your updated one, and default application.er5 you already deployed. You got the new ER file from your application team or from your development team. How you will deploy? You can select the same. You can go. Okay, you can select the application. Okay, you can select this application for which you need to update the where application or ER application. Select that application. Click on click on an option called update. Okay, click on and apply, click on update. Here you will get multiple options. Okay, you need to select the option which it is required. 1 second, be online. Hello, ask those. Follow. Start करो. हाँ 7 बजे करो. And ensure you are taking proper backups. Okay. Sorry guys. See here you will get multiple options. Okay. The first option you can see replace the entire application. So what will happen if if you click on this option? Okay, it will be replaced your own application. That means it will uninstall your own application and it will install the new application. Okay, and second one, replace or add a single module. Okay, what it will do, this will be replace. For example, the background, that application will be compared by your web sphere. If there is any changes into any class files, that files only will get reflected. Okay, and replace and add a single file. See, this is, it's also the same. Okay, and this is also the same. Okay, but more probably when you're going to update the application, you will select this replace the entire application. Better you can grow with this option. Okay, click on browse, select that updated application, same, no difference. Select that updated application 1.1, click on open. Okay, click on next. Okay, click on fast path. Okay, see, or you can go with the detailed path also, cancel it. If you want to go with the detailed path, you can go with the detailed path. Next, go with the detailed path. Next, continue. See here, even I got 15 steps. Here you no need to do any changes. See here, it is not asking you to change the application name also. When you deploy the application, it will ask you to give the application name, right? So when you update the application, it will not allow you to change it. Click on next. Click on next. If you see this you are updating the application, correct? So you no need to do any changes related to the mapping of the servers. So click on next. Here also I'm not doing any change. Here these steps you no need to do any changes. Why? Because you are only updating the application. Click on next, finish. Okay, click on finish. See, it has been deployed the application successfully. The application has been deployed successfully. Click on review, save. That's it. Okay. In the real time, few application we will uninstall and will install, and few application we will do the update based upon the application team requirement. We will do the we will select these options. Sometimes we will uninstall and will install. Sometimes we will update the application if they are having version control. Okay. And before doing any deployments, okay, you have to remember to take backup. How you need to take backup? If you want to take backup of this application, select this option and click on export file. Not export file. Click on export. If you click on export, your application will be down. You will get a link here. If you click on the link, it will get downloaded. It will get downloaded to your local system. Click on back. This one. Click on export. Hi guys, sorry. Seems some network issue. I have joined with my mobile data. You can see my screen, right?
Yes, Gautam.
Okay, fine. See, when you click on, when you select that option and click on export, it will get downloaded to your local system. So all the time it is recommended you keep a backup when you are doing the application deployment. When you are deploying, when you are updating the application, or when you are installing the new package, when you are uninstalling the application, make sure you have a backup copy with you. So this is how you can take the backup. Okay. And there is one more option called rollout update. And there is an option called rollout update. If you want to update your application, for example, as I said, if there is any version upgrade need to be done, what will happen? You can select this application, click on rollout update. So currently for this, there is no rollout update is required. What will happen? It will deploy when you select this option. It will deploy your application on all the servers one by one. What will it will do? It will stop it will restart that server. It will deploy on first. If for example, if you have selected 5 servers, if you have selected 5 servers, if you want to use rollout update, okay. So for these two application, there is no rollout update. There is no version control. So there is an artificial intelligence available on WebSphere. If there is any version control maintained, managed by the development team, then the rollout update you can do. But in a single word, I can say the definition. What is the purpose of this rollout update? If you if you want to rollout update, the application will be deployed on each and every server. Once it has been deployed, and it will restart the server one by one. Okay. For example, if you click on rollout update and deploying the default application, it has been deployed on five JVMs, right? What it will do? First, it will deploy on server one, and this server one will get restarted. Then it will deploy on prof one. Then it will restart prof one. Then it will deploy on this server and it will restart. Okay. So without having any downtime, it will be restart. It will be doing the deployment and it will be restart. But this option majorly used when we are on clustering. Okay, when we are on clustering, then this option will be used. Why? Because if you have 3 cluster members, it will restart one by one cluster member. It will deploy the application on top of the cluster, and all the cluster members will be restarted one by one without any issue. That this concept I'll again explain on the clustering. At the time you will get good overview. What was the issue? What was the process it will follow? But now it is all the isolated servers. So even you can't understand better. So when you use this option, it will be restarted all the cluster members one by one once the application has been deployed. Okay. And these are the major options which you are going to use under this tab. Okay, and I'll show you one more thing. What is that? uh, Synchronization, right? So there is an option called synchronization. What is meant by synchronization is nothing but updating the configurations from the local repository to your master repository, or local configurations to the master configurations. So when this will be used and what is the purpose, we will see. So when you click on the nodes, you can see all the nodes. You can see node 12, node 13, node 14. What will happen? What will happen if what will happen at this architecture? You will have one node called node 12, right? And you will have DMGR. DMGR is a different node, and your federated servers will be a different node. I'll give you in a paint so that you will get a good overview. See, this is your WebSphere application server, right? And on the top, you have created 3 profiles. For example, okay, DMGR will hold the master configuration, and this will maintain the local configuration. Okay, what will happen when you do the synchronization? Okay, all the data will be all the data will be synchronized between these two. If you do the synchronization between this DMGR and this application server profile, all data between these two will get sync. If you have here one apple, if you have here half apple, what will happen? This one apple will get synchronized here. That is an example. Okay, don't think like apple to apple. For example, if you have here, if you have done some changes, if you have done some changes in this application server, your DMGR will not get right, will not have that information, right? So what will happen if you do the synchronization? If you do the synchronization, all the changes which you have done here will get saved in this master configuration, or you can say master repository. It will hold master repository. DMGR will hold master repository, and this will hold local repository. And in a single word, I can say that synchronization is a process of maintaining both master configuration and local configuration in sync. Okay, or you can say updating the local repository to the master repository, or you can say in this way also, updating the local repository to the master repository. This process we are calling it as a synchronization. Whenever we are going to do some change in application server profile or the federated profile, if you want to sync with your DMGR, you have to use a process called synchronization. And in two ways you can do the synchronization. In two ways you can do the synchronization. One is partial synchronization and one is manual synchronization. And partial synchronization you will do by using the console. You can log into the console, go to the system, expand system administration, click on nodes. Okay, select which node you need to sync with the master data. Select that node, click on synchronization, or you can click on full synchronization, both the same. See, as I said, you can see here the message successfully initiated synchronization of the repository on the node 12. What are the data available in this repository, in this node repository, that will be updated with the deployment manager repository. That's why I'm saying your DMGR will hold master repository and this will be your local repository. The node 2 belongs to the federated application server, right? Whatever the data available in the application federated application server repository will get updated with the deployment manager master repository. That process is called synchronization. Okay, you can sync here by using this method called partial, and while doing the and for doing uh, full synchronization, or sorry, manual synchronization or full synchronization, you have to use command line. You have to use command line. For that, you need to go inside, you need to go to the install path, and you need to go to the application server profile. You need to go to the profile home, go to the application server profile bin, copy this path, go to the command line. There you can have a command over there. By using that command, you can do the synchronization. See, I'll give the sync command, sync node.bat you have to use. Okay, then you have to give the host name of your DMGR, and then you have to give the soap connector port number of your DMGR. So I don't have the DMGR soap connector port number. For that I am checking the port number. Soap connector port number 98905. Click on enter. See, it will give some error. We'll see what error it will give. Whether it will ask to stop any services. We'll see that. See here. Whenever you are running the sync command, whenever you are running the sync command, there is a prerequisite to stop your node agent. So how to stop the node agent which is running on this profile? How to stop that node agent? First time stopping my node agent. First time stopping my node agent. See, node agent in the backend also what it will do, it will establish communication right between the federated node and the DMGR profile. So that's why I'm breaking it. I'm stopping this. So I don't want to come any fresh request or fresh data to be updated when I'm doing the synchronization. So that's why I'm stopping all the process and then I'm initiating the node synchronization. Now what it will do, it will update all the data which is available under application server profile repository, and it will be syncing with the DMGR repository. Okay, and you have to use a command called syncnode.bat, and you have to use DMGR host name, and you have to use a DMGR soap control port number. See here, it has been connected. Synchronization has been started. You can see a message here, the synchronization configuration between node and cell, and you can see here synchronized with the DMGR. You can see the synchronization has been successfully done. Okay, see, most of the cases whenever you deploy the application in the real time, if you face any issue, okay, you have to deploy this, you have to do the synchronization, you can restart your applications. That will resolve the issues, multiple issues. Okay, no worry, that we will explain you when I'm going to explain the issues concept. So but you should know what is meant by synchronization, on how many types you can synchronization, you can do the synchronization, and how you can do the manual synchronization by using command line. And while doing the command line synchronization, your node agent should be in a stop state. Then only the synchronization will get started, will get initiated. Okay, any doubts, let me know as of now. Okay, okay guys, thanks for joining. We'll see you tomorrow at same time, 6 o'clock.
Yeah, thank you, Gautam.
Thank you.
Thanks, Gautam. Thank you.